The July garden gave us melons, so that's pretty exciting. We grew 5 honeydew melons and are currently growing these 3 watermelons. It's a bit overgrown and kind of jungly and a mess over here, but I'm pretty happy that we have watermelons finally growing. Over here in these cups, I started to propagate some of my passion flower vine. And in the process, I have a bunch of volunteer plants. Looks like some tomato plants, some cucumber or melon of some sort. So I have a bit of a head start on my fall garden that I didn't really realize I had, so I'm pretty happy about that. My next line of duty here in the garden is to really prep these beds for the fall garden, which, as you can see, is going to be a lot of pretty much just weeding and maybe laying in another layer of compost. So carrots there. Looks like, I don't know, some kind of pepper plant. This basil is really alive and doing well. I have all this catnip right here in the tire on this side, and all of this lemon balm on this side really taking over. The parsley is coming in, and cilantro, but mostly I have all of this purslane, which, if you guys have never seen purslane, it forms these little pods that have tiny little seeds. Let's see, right here you can see this, kind of like chai seeds. So they're tiny little edible seeds that are like little chai seeds. I came through here earlier and cleared out some of these tomato plants that weren't really producing. These larger tomatoes that I attempted to grow just kind of rotted. I didn't use any kind of pesticides on the garden, so maybe that's what I need to look into to maybe be able to grow larger tomatoes more successfully. But as for now, I'm just pulling those out and making room for new stuff for the fall garden. But since I cleared out a lot of that, these eggplants have really started to take off. These eggplants have really shot up. They've got a lot of blooms on them. That one and this one over here are doing pretty good. Got my beets in here that are doing good, and some more carrots in the ground, and more chives. And these tomatoes over here, these cherry tomatoes, I'm just kind of letting go crazy. There's a few beans here. I don't really, these are supposed to get long. They're supposed to be pretty long beans. This is my first time to ever try peas or beans. As I'm clearing out some of this old stuff that, you know, like these tomatoes and things, I'm thinking about what I'm going to be planting here probably in August for the fall garden. Like these melons, I don't think are going to produce anything else. I probably should have this in a bag or a pantyhose or some kind of melon sock something. But the way you know that pumpkins and watermelons and honeydew melons and cantaloupes and melons like that, of that sort, are ready, the leaves are going to be rotting away like this. So and especially right there around the stem, it'll start to rot away. So I'm just gonna leave that one hanging there for a while. Oh man, I turned the water off for a day just because I didn't know if I was overwatering, but yeah, that didn't help. And then we come around on this side. Since I took those two tomato, well, I think it was like 2 or 3 tomato plants that I took out in this little area here. These peppers have a lot more room to grow. July, August is when these suckers are going to really start sprouting, making food. And August, they will just continue to produce and continue to produce. Beautiful echinacea flowers, cone flowers. I made a video of me drying these out and using them as a tea, so I'll get that posted soon. Got all kinds of little cayenne peppers and other little hot peppers. I had a bell pepper plant, I think that's this one, and it just has flowers on it right now. It doesn't have anything growing on it, so hopefully that's my bell pepper. And I've never grown bell pepper before either, so I don't know how well they do in the heat. We'll have to see. And these sunflowers on this side, I don't know if they just needed staking or what, but I'm going to continue to let these grow and be here because I'm really wanting to get sunflower seeds. Is one of the main reasons I put these giant sunflowers over here. I haven't been out here. Obviously, you can see this garden is just overgrown. I just kind of wanted to put this on here looking kind of bad. I would consider this looking bad. Like, this does not look very impressive to me. I'm still growing food. I am watching out for snakes because, man, that giant snake eating those eggs, wow, that just freaked me out. But I have this bed, and where those honeydew melons are going to be pretty much empty, and this bed over here that's empty, that I'm thinking about my fall garden. This okra plant over here in the corner, I've never grown okra, but I don't know, that right there does not look good to me. It looks bad, but it's got some new growth on it. I know that these things get really big. It's just kind of a baby plant right now. Hopefully it'll grow. But here's my messy, unimpressive garden right now. My succulent table. I need to do a video for you guys about what I have going on here with my little succulent farm. It is the business that I'm starting, or I have actually started it. I've had a few plant sales, but I'm opening up a little plant shop that is a camper that I'm converting into a little plant shop. And I'm making videos on that too, so I will have some of those posted before too long as well. Here's the little tiny babies. We'll get moved over and put into pots over here.
Mama, we have watermelons, Mama.
Yeah, we do. Isn't that exciting?
One more chair. Right there.
And this is another junk pile. I mean, if I'm gonna do a video showing how junky and bad my garden is looking, I might as well just show it all. Here's my potting bench that is a pretty big mess too. And then here's just some random things that I have that also need, oh, I won't forget that egg. But yeah, this whole area is in some need of some major cleaning up. And it'll get done, and I'll have a video on that for you guys too. after it's cleaned up and beautiful, the fall garden I'm sure is going to look gorgeous. I had planned on getting hay from next door, from the cows' leftover hay that they just kind of leave. My uncle says I can go over there and get as much of that as I want, and I got probably four or five loads from my wagon, like 4 or 5 wagon loads, you know, my little yard cart thing. But to be able to get this whole area covered in hay is what the plan was. This whole inside and as much of these walkways as I can get covered in hay. It's going to take a lot more loads of me taking my yard cart over there and getting hay, and it's just been too hot. I haven't done it, so I'll add that to the fall to-do list.